Mayweather Promotions Leonard ELLERBE says that Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow in his division. No match. And the haters can't stand it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for Patreon while we on it. I got some group sessions I've been doing, and they're lit. If you want to be a part of the extended Eagles Army family, that's how you sign up. It's a great time. I've been having fun with them. You guys hopefully enjoy watching them. You can hit the Patreon link in the description, or you have the option to hit the YouTube channel membership link. Just hit the join button right below. You'll see a button that says join next to the subscribe button underneath this video. And the perks are the same. Become a YouTube channel member or a Patreon. Now, Leonard ELLERBE, he posted about Mayweather Promotions fighter Gervonta Tank Davis. And to me, I thought it was a simple tweet and statement in response to Shakur Stevenson. No big deal. And the haters are mad. We're going to talk about it. Right? In response to a link where Shakur Stevenson is being quoted saying, hey, down the line, me and Gervonta Tank Davis, that's a big fight that I would like somewhere in the future, right? That's all the article was about. Leonard ELLERBE of Mayweather Promotions CEO says Shakur is an excellent fighter. Tank is fighting Leo Santa Cruz at 130. So there's confirmation of that. Great. Since we're in a pandemic, we haven't had any big fights. So it's good to hear that it looks like it's smooth sailing for that fight to happen, which was the case before the pandemic. And then he says this, and I didn't know it was going to ruffle so many feathers because I thought it was so obvious. He says, Tank is the cash cow at 130 and 135 pounds. Everybody can get in line. And fans in the comment section lost their mind. And that's what we're here to talk about. I want you guys to leave your comments in the comment section and let me know if you disagree. But I thought it was a straightforward comment. And I noticed that the biggest thing in boxing is people are too emotional. They're in their feelings. They bet with their heart. They make comments and type with their heart, you know, rather than look at the actual facts. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is the biggest star, you know. People are disagreeing. Someone says cash cow implies that this guy could carry the card alone. That just ain't the case here, my man, right? And then shout out to Wendy. I know Wendy, and she's a boxing referee and now a PR person. She says right now, Tank is the cash cow, just like Mike Tyson was doing in his prime. Tank is young, leading the division. He has talent and swag, which explains why everyone is calling him out, which is absolutely true. If you listen to the interviews, if you look at the headlines, Tank is sitting back. His homie just passed. So he hasn't really been in the lane of calling nobody out, but everybody keeps mentioning his name. Shakur just called him out. Ryan Garcia keeps mentioning his name and opening YouTube channels and doing skits and stuff like that about Tank. Tank is that guy. This guy says, yeah, but can you build a card around him where the way you can with Canelo or Crawford? I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. Listen, I responded to this dude because it to me is madness. And what I said is, you dudes are delusional, LOL. So you mean to tell me that Gervonta Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz pay-per-view will be less anticipated and less viewed than Canelo versus Kovalev? Or it'll do less buys than Crawford versus Khan pay-per-view, but Tank can't support a card? Man, stop. Bro, what are we talking about? Fans just really spout out anything that it's like comfort food, right? It's like comfort food. I like Canelo, great fighting style, great ambassador for the sport, but his star power is dwindling. He's popular, but his star power is dwindling. I'll just leave it at that. Crawford, that's my dude. I like Crawford, very skilled, but the opportunities he's getting are things like Mean Machine and Top Rank's getting him a pay-per-view. His only 2 pay-per-views haven't really been successful. The Victor Postal fight, which I covered, right? And then he had the Amir Khan fight in New York, which ended, you know, kind of bad, you know, Amir Khan quit or whatever. And it didn't really sell many pay-per-views, either one of them. So this dude is attempting, see, this is that old media stuff. This dude is attempting to discredit Tank's star power by referencing Canelo, whose star power is fading, as I mentioned, and Crawford, who's a good fighter. But you mean to tell me that, like I said, Crawford Khan pay-per-view, you think that's going to achieve greater success rate than Gervonta Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz? And this is why I can't comment too much, because I'm too known in the sport. So people start trying to chime in, and I don't got time. You know, I gotta get this money. You guys can send the PayPal donations, sign up for Patreon, sign up to be a YouTube channel member. I gotta get this money. So I really don't have time to go back and forth. That's not even my thing anyway. You know, I left a little comment just because I'm like, whoa, what is going on? Then someone immediately responded to me, and look at what they said. Manuel Felix says, just to make things clear, Leo Santa Cruz is carrying the card. Bro, more delusional old media talk. I said, LOL, Leo Santa Cruz is carrying the card, but he's not a champion in the division, nor will he have top billing. How are you carrying the card when you're not the guy with the belt and you're not the guy that's going to get the top billing? Like, you could say Miguel Cotto versus Sergio Martinez. Miguel Cotto was the lead. He was the lead, he was the top billed fighter. He was the lead fighter because it said Cotto Martinez, not Martinez Cotto, even though Martinez was a champion. In this case, Tank is not only the champion, whereas Leo Santa Cruz just moved up to the division, didn't even look good. I was at that fight, and this is not a knock on him. He said he had the flu, whatever. It was on the Leo Santa Cruz fought Flores on the Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz 2 card. I was there. Wasn't his best performance, and he didn't get a belt from it. So Tank has the belt, and Tank will get top billing. So how is Leo Santa Cruz, in the minds of old media, carrying the card, and he don't have a belt, and it is not gonna say Santa Cruz Davis. It's gonna say Davis Santa Cruz, and he's the top billed, and I believe he'll be the favorite to beat Leo Santa Cruz. But that, that doesn't matter as much. And I said, let me guess, you are also one of those people that said, quote, these fans are all here to see Mikey Garcia, not Errol Spence, even though it was in Errol Spence's hometown. See, this is that old media stuff, people. And now you see, it's just pure delusion. It's just delusional thoughts. This is exactly, notice the pattern is this. This is Al Heyman fighters. That's one common denominator, a black advisor, and 2 black African-American fighters. They said Mikey Garcia, a Hispanic Mexican-American fighter, was the whole reason it did 50,000 at Jerry's World. They discredit Errol Spence in terms of his drawing power. They say all the fans came out to AT&T Stadium purely to see Mikey Garcia. And I was at that fight, and that wasn't the case. Yes, there were people that had Mexican flags. Yes, there were people that had Team Mikey Garcia shirts. But guess what? There was a ton of people with EJ shirts, ESJ shirts, Man Down shirts. And it was in Texas, and I seen people with Dallas Cowboys attire and stuff like that. So this is what old media tries to do. It is so hard for them to admit that these black stars are stars. So they come up with anything just because it's, again, comfort food. Tank is a star. Errol Spence is a star. You could try to give Mikey Garcia the credit, but here's why you fall short. This is why new media continues to win. Mikey Garcia fought in Texas against Jesse Vargas just last February on DAZN card. It did nowhere near the attendance of the Errol Spence fight. So how come? How come Mikey Garcia, if his star power was so astronomical, then why didn't he do similar numbers with Jesse Vargas, right? That's a Mexican-American and a second Mexican-American in Texas. If you think he was the sole reason that the Errol Spence Mikey Garcia fight was, at capacity. This is what they're trying to do to Gervonta Tank Davis. They're saying, oh, he doesn't really have star power. It's all Leo. The fight hasn't even happened. So once again, this is comfort food. Leonard ELLERBE was right. Leo Santa Cruz, he's a good fighter. Mikey's a good fighter, but they're trying to find ways to discredit these black fighters. And Leonard was right. Gervonta is the cash cow. If that wasn't the case, like there's a ton of talent. I like Teofimo, I like Devin Haney, etc. But if you look at the landscape of boxing, Tank went up to 135. He had one fight against Yuriorkis Gamboa in Atlanta. I was there. It was lit. Shaquille O'Neal, Steven Jackson, Dikembe Mutombo, Lil Kim, Lil Baby, who got a hot song right now about the BLM movement, right? They were all there. It was star-studded, bro. Black Hollywood. Leo Santa Cruz was just on the co-feature on Wilder's Ortiz 2 card, right? So what are we talking about? Listen, I was at Tank. Unless you on my level and you were at Tank's last 4 to 5 fights, then you ain't got nothing for me, because I was in Baltimore when he fought Ricardo Nunes, right? I was there. I was in Atlanta when he fought on that card with Pascal and Badu Jack, and he fought against Gamboa. I was there. I was at all these fights, bro. And you can't tell me that Tank is not a star. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes, you know? And the fans are trying their best. And I didn't even think this was up for discussion. Even Lomachenko. See, you have to understand, we're not even talking about who would win in a fight if you think Teofimo beats this guy or Devin could beat this guy. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about pure star power. And if you look, see, you guys always got to remain focused. Leonard Ellerbe says Shakur is an excellent fighter. Tank is fighting Leo, which is going to be on pay-per-view. And he says Tank is the cash cow at 130 and 135. That's a fact. Lomachenko don't run no numbers like that. That's why they had to take the Luke Campbell fight over to the UK, where, you know, they can get some tickets sold. His fight with Anthony Corolla was at the Staples Center, and it was abysmal. So people can say whatever they want. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Tank is a star. I've seen it with my own eyes. Even when he fought late replacement. So he was supposed to fight Abner Mares. He fought late replacement Hugo Ruiz that no one had heard of, who was moving up in weight. Lil Wayne was there. Yo, I got that all black boys on them double black buttons, blending so well, look like I'm riding on nothing. Talk a lot of shit, but I ain't lying. No, bro, he had Wheezy F Baby there. Drake was there. Birdman. Brrr. What happened to that boy? They were all there. And Odell Beckham was there. I seen hella people there, bro. And that was for Hugo Ruiz. Ain't nobody Tank's age really bringing him out. There's tons of talent. Like David Benavidez is very talented, but he's not headlining a card, and you see Shaquille O'Neal and Drake and people who are relevant. I told you guys from the beginning, new media, we control the narrative. Tank hits a completely different market because he gets the boxing stuff, but he's also on Baller Alert, Shade Room, World Star. He's frequently on these different things, so people know him just in pop culture. You see what I'm saying? Some people don't hit that mark. HBO tried this, and I told you, you got to start putting some equity and time and promotion into your American fighters, especially when you're trying to sell in America. Tank is that. Mayweather Promotion has done a great job moving Tank and getting him exposure, putting him on the James DeGale Badu Jack card. That was a great look. Barclays Center, great performance against Pedraza, and now Tank's on his own, starting to bubble. So when Leonard's saying this, I can attest to it because I've seen it. I seen, you know, Tank, he's making money too, pulling up in Lambos and, you know, coupes and drop tops, and his chain is heavy. He's been eating for a while, right? Leonard also say all are excellent fighters that can fight their ass off. So he's not even hating right here. You know, he says, who is a bigger draw at 130 or 135 than Tank? And take 130 out of there, because there's nobody at 130 that's bigger than Tank. You know, 35 has the names, but you can't even say Ryan Garcia is bigger. You know, unless we're going off, like, I don't know what their Instagram tallies are, but in terms of bigger notoriety and known for doing stuff, you can't even say he's bigger, bro. Teofimo, he's a good fighter. I like watching him. You know, Lomachenko, he's a good fighter. But again, Tank's hitting a different market. Lomachenko don't hit the market that Ryan Garcia included, but also Tank hit. They can touch that young audience, and Tank is you know, connected with the hip hop. His girlfriend is, you know, or his ex-girlfriend, G Herbo's ex and all this stuff, Ari. So he's hitting a whole different lane, you know, connected to the Mayweather brand. He's touching a whole different lane, and his paycheck, he's touching different money, all types of stuff, right? And it's about to be on pay-per-view. So I didn't even think this was up for discussion. But if you guys think there's somebody bigger at 130 and 135, please send a detailed, educated, truthful, factual explanation of who's bigger. And don't just go off of what you want to be the case. Show me some stats, you know, put some facts behind it, because I've seen the facts with my own too. He fought Gamboa. Gamboa wasn't the biggest name at the time, but you still have Shaquille O'Neal coming out the house. I talked to Shaquille O'Neal, bro. All the fights I cover, I never talked to Shaq, but I got to talk to Shaq at the end of the fight. I talked to Evander Holyfield after the fight. I never even put up the interviews. Clarissa Shields was there. Danny Jacobs was there. Lil Baby was there. Lil Kim was there, bro. It was star-studded. It was crazy. That's just in Atlanta. Again, Drizzy Drake. Left foot slide. You know, he was Tusi sliding for a Hugo Ruiz fight. Leonard says, not Loma, Haney, Lopez, Garcia, Leo, Shakur. Like I said, all can get in line. And then that's when he tweeted that they're all great fighters. So he says they got to stand in the queue. Listen, it's insane, but boxing fans, they can't take these irrefutable facts, like Leonard's saying. They can't take these and process them without being overridden by their emotion. Don't give me an emotional response. Oh, like I seen people in the comment, oh, Tank, he likes to beat women, stupid shit. We talking about these numbers and cash cow. And when it comes to that, Tank is that. That's what it is, bro. So let me know, holla at the kid, if you have some other statistical, factual information. It's like people can't stand to see it. She said, I respect your opinion, yes, and Tank has proven it. The foundation of the last few cards were built and promoted with Tank headlining. Tickets were sold based upon Tank headlining before they even announced the fighter on the undercard, and that's a fact, not my humble opinion. See, new media, killing them. You know? She says, right now, Tank is a cash cow like Mike Tyson was during his prime. Tank is young, leading the division. He has talent and swag, which has everyone calling him out. That's fact. You don't see mad fighters constantly mentioning Teofimo or Ryan Garcia as much. A lot of these guys, the energy is focused on Tank. Like when Tank does this and Tank does this, man, he's the dude, bro. He's the cash cow. Like just even the intro coming out to the Thriller music, we haven't seen a lot of the, like I haven't seen Ryan Garcia have no elaborate ring entrance or Teofimo or Lomachenko. You know, they kind of just come out to whatever song and stuff like that. Tank's making it kind of like an atmosphere and a feel and a vibe. You know, you know the vibes, and I've witnessed it with my own two eyes. You know, if you don't take my word for it, go to popular boxing channels. You know, I'm giving you my word, so that's one. Go to Ellie, you know, go to Fight Hype, whatever, right? Go to these channels and look at their numbers. If they got a Tank interview, see what type of numbers it's doing versus other people. If they got Tank news, see what type of number it's doing. That's going to tell you. Again, people can type anything. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. The numbers going to tell you. I can attest to it because my Google paycheck, when I talk about Tank, the fights I cover with Tank, people are in tune. They interested. They want to see the face off. That when Gamboa got pushed at the weigh-in, they was like, oh, you know, it made noise. I can't even tell you any of Lomachenko's recent weigh-ins, even though I watched some of them. Like the Luke Campbell fight. I think that was his last fight, right? I don't even remember nothing about fight week. Nothing. I remember the fight, but I don't remember nothing about fight week. Tank is set in history. You know, you can hate it or love it. The underdog's on top. Kid from Baltimore, he's shining. So that's just what it is. And again, I've witnessed it. I don't just get on here bumping my gums. I've watched it. And then you can go to my old videos. You know what? You know what? We doing this live, so let me see if I can get y'all right. Let me see if I can get y'all right. Bro. Tank. Look, Floyd was there. Casanova, y'all see that? That's Floyd and Casanova at Tank's fight. You know, and of course Floyd's he's a promoter, so of course he'll be there. But Casanova, another popular rapper, he's there. Right? I'm telling you. Look, this is me and Shaq. Hold on.
Was he Shaq in the fool? What do you think of the main event, Shaq? Was he Shaq in the fool?
You heard what he said? He said Atlanta brought him out tonight. That's Shaquille O'Neal saying that. That ain't ego. That ain't. See, this is why old media is dead, bro. Because you can say whatever you want, but the proof is in the pudding. That's the clip. Shaq, he just told you. He said, I said, what'd you think of the fight? He said, Atlanta brought him out.
What'd you think of the main event, Shaq? Atlanta brought him out tonight.
See, Atlanta brought him out tonight. You see, Shaq? Bro, so don't take my word for it. Ask Shaq. He was there. He said Atlanta brought him out tonight. When Shaquille O'Neal ever went to any of these other dudes, especially at 130, when he went to a Bear Chelt fight. And again, I'm not saying this to I like Bear Chelt, but I'm being real. We're talking cash cow. You got to separate your emotions from it. When he went to a Bear Chelt fight, Machado or whoever else is at 130 or 135, where you see Drizzy Drakes and OBJs and all these people. Come on, bro. Tank is the one. Get with it or get lost. Sign up for ESPN Plus, link in the description. They got a ton of original content. They got archive fights, boxing, and UFC. Link in the description. A ton of documentaries that they added. Lance Armstrong. They got Dennis Rodman. They got Bruce Lee, B. Walter. They got Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa. You don't want to miss out. ESPN Plus. Click that link. It does help the channel in a phenomenal way when you guys click on that. So click on that, get it as a standalone app, or you can bundle it. ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three apps, one price, $12.99 a month. If you're interested in ESPN Plus, use my link. It does help the channel. Tank's a star. Let's talk about it in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. Signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.